Welcome to the neighborhood. I'm Mr. Roger Review, and in today's video, we talk about some of the best anime that came out of 2024. Now, some of these are given. You already know. Solo Leveling went crazy. Shangri-La Frontier was top tier. Kaiju number 8 was just straight gas. But there were some top tier sleepers that I feel like a lot of people missed out on. So sit back, relax, and kick your feet up, and let's talk about these shows. First, here are some quick, honest opinions on some animes that I'm not really going to go into detail right now, but I will in future videos. Delicious in Dungeon has a great art style by Trigger, and it is a fun, action-packed dark comedy that would give you some beautiful food made out of monsters. Windbreaker has some amazing fighting choreography done by Cloverworks. They have some cool badass characters, and yes, the fight slap, but the emotions and drama flies just as fast as the kiss does. We should all know Kaiju number 8 slaps. I said it in the beginning of this video, I'm saying it now. Kaiju number 8 is fun, it's fantastic. Production IG put their whole foot and pinky toe in this one. Go watch it. I know it's somebody right now watching this entire video and screaming,
"What? No Dandadan? No love for Dandadan?"
Listen, as I recognize that Dandadan had a god tier level of animation in one episode, but the story itself was just not for me. It looks fun, it looks kooky and everything, but I can't get down with it.
Move this man!
Sorry, that's just me. But y'all enjoy yourself. I'm not gonna knock anybody who likes it. But I'll go to war for Shangri-La Frontier. If you don't like SLF, I don't know what to tell you. This might be the wrong page for you. C2C has been giving me banger after banger after banger episode. I love this story so much, mainly because I like the game and anime. It's the perfect blend. Plus, that new opening is filthy. It is so good. When it comes to The Witch and the Beast, Yokohama Animation Laboratory gave us a gothic thriller. This anime is beautiful, gorgeous. I like the story. I like the characters. You need to give it a try. To switch things up a little bit, 365 Days to the Wedding was a beautiful love story slice of life that I just couldn't stop watching. Ashi Productions, y'all stole my heart with this one, man, because I'm usually an action-packed guy. Every now and then I'll watch some lovey-dovey stuff, but this one right here almost became anime of the year for me.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Undead Luck premiered in 2023, but it went into 2024, so
I'ma talk about it.
It's wild, crazy, raunchy, and grown. I like the comedy style. The action is gas. David Productions, you have a great one with this one. Keep that ball rolling. Terminator Zero was a big breath of fresh air in the Terminator franchise. It damn near took it off life support. I am a big fan of this one. I like the suspense of it. The action was really good. Story was, like I said, fresh, and seemed to take the original story and revamp it to make it its own. Production IG, again, Production IG, y'all are doing the damn thing. Keep going.
Nice.
Yatagarusu, The Raven Does Not Choose His Master, is one of those animes that you have to sit down, pay attention to, and just watch the story unfold. It has dirty politics, it's a thriller, it's suspenseful, it has some good animation by Period. The story is very intriguing. I really enjoyed sitting down watching this one. Now to the main event. And remember, if you're in need of something to watch, hit that subscribe button. Now, one of my favorite shows that came out last year was Go Go Loser Ranger. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. This show had me in a chokehold. The first episode had me hooked, from the animation to the story to the main character. I loved it all. The story follows a low-level monster that's a part of the villainous army of evil. That name sounds like a double negative. It sounds like something straight out of the Evil Dead franchise.
I possess the Necronomicon. I've crushed your pathetic army. Now I'll have my vengeance.
Anyway, this army tries to invade Earth, and they are defeated swiftly by the Dragon Keepers, which is the Power Rangers of this universe. After defeating all the generals and top monsters of the villainous army of evil, the Dragon Keepers said, you know what? We're gonna keep our little foot soldiers around for our entertainment because y'all are pretty fun to beat up on. So every Sunday for the past 13 years, the Dragon Keeper's been whooping up on these foot soldiers, making them come up with all different types of scenarios and monsters of the week so they can slay in front of this huge crowd of spectators. It's crazy. And slavery.
Shit just got real.
Turns out the Dragon Keepers are just as bad, if not worse, than the villainous army of evil. So this one low-level monster decided he has had enough of these Dragon Keepers. He has had it up to here with these menacing, crazy, sadistic Power Rangers.
Enough is enough! I have had it with these
mother flipping Rangers
on this
mother flipping Sunday, but he sucks. He sucks really bad. He's not powerful. He's not a fighter. He's just a grunt to get whooped on. So since he can't fight, he has to use his mind. He has to play mind games with these sadistic, crazy jackasses. His name is Monster D.
What did he say?
And the monsters have this power to shapeshift. If they can see it, they can turn into it. He uses this power to shapeshift into a human and infiltrate the Dragon Keeper's academy, filled with cadets aspired to one day become a Dragon Keeper. He gets into altercations where he has to protect his identity or face off with somebody that's stronger than him and sometimes smarter than him. And I know I say he uses his brain like he's this brainiac, but he's really pretty dumb. Like he just he's not the sharpest tool in the box. But hold on, the beauty is he learns and adapts to his environment and his situation, getting stronger and smarter as the show progresses. And that, my friends, is one of the biggest reasons why I enjoyed this first season so much. In the climate of anime right now, majority of the titles main character is already OP or he becomes OP by the third episode, and it's just child's play at the end of the day. This first season had a lot of twists and turns. There were some good character dynamics between the main character and the side characters. A lot was introduced within the organization of the Dragon Keepers, and it had a lot of what I like to call oh shit moments. Oh sugar honey iced tea moments is exactly what it sounds like. You're sitting down, something crazy happened, and the only thing you can say is oh shit. The anime was directed by Kiichi Sato and Kiichiro Ochi, and they knocked it out the park in my opinion. Go-Go Loser Ranger is a manga that's also known as Ranger Reject that is written and illustrated by Neji Huruba. Moving forward, if I mispronounce anybody's name, don't kill me in the comments. Yeah, I'm talking to you. The anime is licensed by Disney, so you know what that means. Hulu in the States, outside of the States, is on Disney+. There is an English dub for all 12 episodes. You just have to click on watch in English. It's not gonna be with the subtitle things for some reason. At least that's on the Hulu app. It could be different on the desktop or the TV version. The first season consists of 12 episodes, which covers the first 51 chapters of the manga. And also, if you're gonna look for the manga, look up Ranger Reject, not Go-Go Loser Ranger. The second season is premiering spring of 2025, and I, for one, cannot wait. The last 5 episodes were straight gas. It sets up a weird relationship moving forward, but it's anime. What you gonna do? Now, if it gets too weird, I'm gonna have to call it out. Why are you like this? If you've seen my other video, you know I'm a big Ishura fan, and I'm gonna continue to go with the pronunciation of Ishura because I just don't like saying Ishura. I could be 100% wrong, but hey, it is what it is. You gonna fight me? I don't know. But back to the show. The story follows an assortment of heroes that all have the power to become the true hero of this world. After the true Demon King was slain, for some reason, there was nobody there to claim the victory and actually be titled the true hero. So you can claim to be a Demon King, but you don't really got that title unless you're the true Demon King. Or you can claim to be a hero, but you're not a hero until you get the true hero title. Makes sense. I'll tell you right now, in the first season, I feel like that's the only flaw this anime has, that it's just introducing new hero after new hero after new hero, because you have to introduce so many characters to set up this big tournament so that person can be crowned a true hero. It's a little confusing and the story seems a little stagnant, but other than that, the animation is nice, the choreography goes crazy, and it's a beautiful animation style. This season anyway. Most of the heroes that are introduced have some good backstories, something that you can get behind, and others you might actually think that these might be villains. How the anime is broken down, you are introduced from episode to episode to a potential true hero. You learn who they are, their power, and what they decide to fight for or fight against. While in between those introductions, the plot is just lurking and building and gaining momentum. I like this setup because one, it controls the pace of the story and it gives you a good introduction of characters that you are potentially rooting for. Two, it felt really impactful and damn near epic when these heroes finally met on the battlefield. I was like, oh shit. That oh shit moment I be telling y'all about is pretty well done. The plot for the first season is about a war between two rival nations, and each side has their own set of heroes. It was a fantastic first season, and the second season is going on right now. I will say I think the animation level dropped just a tad bit. I think for production reasons they decided to use a little CGI. I'm not a big fan of CGI. I've only seen it a couple times. Now there are some titles that have great CGI, flawless, like King of the Shore. Part 2 just came out 2024. Shangri-La Frontier for season 2 has used CGI and it looks good, but most times that is not the case. In Solo Leveling season 2 episode 6, they use a bunch of CGI for the background characters of this mob. It looked terrible. I'm just gonna be 100% with y'all. Now when it comes to Ishura season 2, it's hit or miss. Sometimes it looks okay, sometimes it looks like dog shit. But we talk about season 1. Season 1 used a little bit of CGI and it looked great. I don't know what happened this season. Ishura is originally a light novel series by Keiso. The light novel series was then acquired by Axie Media Works, where they published it with illustrations by Kureta. Then it became a manga in the Shonen magazine with illustrations by Meguri. This one went through a whole process, and I personally haven't read the light novel, the illustration novel, or the manga, which I really need to because I really want to know how this story ends.
Well, we're waiting.
It's filled with badass characters, some tough fights, and some deep lore. Season 1 was directed by Yuki Agawa with chief direction from Takeo Takahashi and written by Kenta Ihara. They did a great job. You want to talk about an anime that just wasn't on my radar at all? The Elusive Samurai and Wistoria Wand and Sword. Both of these titles were nowhere near my radar in 2024.
Hey, Frank, here's another idea.
Where'd you come from?
I've been walking next to you the entire time.
They both blew my mind with some gorgeous animation. It like the studio companies knew that they were coming out on the same time. It was like, look, let's see who can really get in a bag. The Elusive Samurai has the same studio as Windbreaker, so for them to drop those two bangers back to back, that's insane. They also do Spy Family, which is also really decent. I'm not gonna act like they didn't go crazy for Spy Family Code White now. Elusive did have some terrible CGI usage, but after naming all those titles, I can understand with production and everything that they had to just throw those ugly horses out there. But in that same episode, there was some beautifully drawn horse riding, so I give them a pass. Rule of thumb, when CGI is used, it's mostly because production is just crazy. We gotta give our animators the time that they need, so I'm not gonna really complain too much about it no more. The Elusive Samurai is the fictional story of the real-life Hojo Tokiyuki, a samurai of the Hojo clan who fought for and against the imperial court. In between the late Karakuma and the early Muromachi periods, this story depicts him in his youth as a young heir to the Hojo clan that doesn't want to be the heir of the Hojo clan. His father is pretty much a political puppet, so he doesn't really see the need to do anything because he figured that he's gonna be a political puppet. He skips out on his lessons and teachings because he just want to experience his youth as a kid. But a great betrayal takes all that away from him, and he finds himself alone and desperate and in need of serious help. Lucky for him, he has the weirdest and wildest and most why are you like this priest I've ever seen.
私のことも皆のように武士らしく。
そうですか。では死になされ。
In his corner, ready to help him, and they gather their small forces to be able to reclaim his clan. This title comes at you pretty fast. It starts off pretty lighthearted, but then it immediately flips a switch and turns dark as hell. Darker than the back of Forrest Whitaker's neck. Darker than Whoopi Goldberg's lips, and especially darker than that black ass Wesley Snipes.
I hate that black ass Wesley Snipes.
The manga was written and illustrated by Yusei Masui, while the anime is written by Yoriko Tamida and directed by Yuta Yamazaki, and I think they did a phenomenal job. You can get into the manga by checking out Volume 4, Chapter 32. That's where it left off in the anime. But if you haven't checked out the Elusive Samurai, all 12 episodes are now streaming on Crunchyroll with an English dub. And as a recording this, according to IGN, there was a second season announcement stating that it's in production, but we don't have a release date or a trailer or anything like that. We just had the announcement. Now with Wistoria Wand and Sword, when I saw this visual, I thought it was a Black Clover ripoff. I read the premise and I was like, oh, a student that's attending magical school in a world filled with magic, but they don't have any magical powers themselves, and they get by using their strength and smartness. And I was like, well, it's not just Black Clover. Now it's more like martial magic and muscles. And Harry Potter. Okay, let's see what happens. From the opening scene, all I could say was, my God. My God. It was beautiful. This anime series looked like it was ready for cinema. It looked ready to be experienced on IMAX. The quality was crystal clear, the fight choreography was smooth, you knew exactly what was going on. The Minotaur was amazingly animated. It was straight ferocious. I immediately got on my phone and started recording my reactions and wanted everybody to see this.
This ain't Asta and this ain't Mash. This is him, and he go by Will, and he will put his foot in your ass.
Now, this is a fantasy anime filled with mages, elves, and dwarves. Plus, with all different types of beasts and animals and monsters in the dungeons. The elves and dwarves comes from another planet seeking refugees on this planet from an invader that the mages are holding back with a barrier. And these 5 mages were called the Mercedes Callis. Actually, the first 5 mages that were holding the barrier were called Magia Vendor. The Mercedes Callis is just the title of the mages that go and perform their duty to hold the barrier together. Now, Will has no magical powers, but he is trying to follow in the footsteps of his childhood best friend, who is quite possibly the youngest and strongest mage of all time. The Mercedes Callis are the top 5 mages of the world, and she's already one of them. But Will is a beast, but he's not only just a beast, he is smart as he is strong. And he has to be because the school runs off a point system, similar to like Hogwarts, but instead of Hogwarts adding points to certain houses, the points are individual. You get points for defeating certain bosses in dungeons, you get points for creating your own magic and spells, you get points for your test taking, those type of things. Will is getting his points by testing and kicking ass. Outside of a handful of people, no one knows that Will is out there putting belt to ass with these monsters. So he get a lot of hate, get bullied, get picked on, get told, why are you here? You have no reason to be here if you can't use no magic. It's very depressing sometimes. But that just makes for a hell of a story, because when he finally turns up, all that build up is just unleashed and it is epic and glorious. And I was like, yes! Oh shit! But not only is the action good, I really like the characters in this one. You see a theme here with all the other animes I'm talking about. The characters around the main character matters too. But in Wistoria, you have your love interest, you have your hothead, you have your rival / hothead, you have redeeming qualities in all these characters. I really enjoy them. There is one character that's a little suspect, but I have my suspicion about him. He might just be a little overzealous, a little zesty.
This is my alter ego. Anita Maxwin. Anita Maxwin.
It's okay if he is. There's nothing wrong with that. I just have my suspicion because I do not think he is who he say he is. But I'm just gonna let that one slide because that's spoiler talk. And we don't do no spoilers around here. The anime was written and directed by Tatsuya Yoshihara. And I gotta say, bravo. Bra fucking no. And according to Crunchyroll, season 2 has been announced, but as of recording this, there hasn't been a release date or a trailer or anything else. We just know that it's in production. That's good for me. Take their time, because if they can continue this masterpiece of animation style, it should be great. I'm gonna finish reading the manga though. I don't want to be curveballed by some weird shit.
Well, we're waiting.
Wistoria Wand and Sword is also an anime adaptation of the manga of the same name, and you can start reading it on chapter 20 after season 1. The manga was written by Fujino Omori and illustrated by Toshi Aoi. I hope I pronounced that right, but if I didn't, don't come for me. You can watch all 12 episodes of Wistoria Wand and Sword on Crunchyroll right now with an English dub. Man, I just want to sit here and say thank you to whoever's still sitting down watching this or having it in the background. Whatever the case may be, I really appreciate you taking your time and watching the video. I put a lot of time and energy in this one. I really feel like this is probably one of my best ones and the new standard of the videos that I'm making moving forward. It's the longest video I've ever done. It's the most I've edited. I can't talk. I'm not even gonna edit that out because I am tired. This is the longest I ever edit going straight forward. So I appreciate you. And if you like this video, this is what you have to look forward to. When I put my all into something, it's only gonna get better. I'm still gonna do my short videos because, listen, this took some time, but 5-10 minute videos are still gonna be done. 20-minute videos are gonna be done. Shorts are gonna be done. I really Really appreciate y'all. Again, thank you for taking the time. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you know every time I post. And until next time, peace, be easy, take care of yourselves. And all those animes that I talked about in the beginning of this video will get this same type of treatment. Promise you. One love.